Yeah, and that's me. And as you can tell, it's Halloween. So, anyways, I'm gonna put together a bunch of videos on how I'm doing when I go fishing. Because basically, I'm between jobs and I go fishing just about every morning. Go down there for about 30 minutes and see what I can catch. So I'm going to start documenting it, apply scientific approaches, going to learn how to use all these different types of baits and things and see what really works, and see what I can learn from my fellow anglers. Let's put this puppy down right there. Work on my laptop. This is, see, there's my laptop. And so here, it's gonna be the pilot video. Gonna show you some slides, show you some fish, because I've been fishing for a few days now, and I've been catching fish. I'm all psyched. But hey, I would be remiss in not first saying thank you to the Woodlands Bass Fishing Club. They were gracious enough to allow me to join them for a weekend. I learned a boatload of stuff about fishing. The guys are great. In fact, I caught my first bass, over 2 pounds, about 2¼ pounds. Got him on a white spinner bait. Very psyched about that. Then I went home, and a few days later, I went out in my backyard on the lake here and used for the first time a thing called a Carolina rig. Did it up myself, tried it out, and sure enough, got this nice 4½ pound bass. Didn't have anything to weigh it with or measure it with, so I just used my foot, took a picture, kind of extrapolated it online with a ruler, then went to a website. The Texas Fish and Game Department had a nice little matrix here. You basically take the length of the bass and it gives you a rough average of what it probably weighs. So anyways, that's what got me hooked on this. Hope everything continues at the right pace, and let's go check out some of the little fishing exploits over the next few days. Hey, so we keep talking about the Carolina rigs. This is what I'm talking about here. Yeah, let's see right up here. Whoops. Pretty basic. You see up at the top, just got a little barrel swivel there. Got this little bullet kind of weight on top. Just kind of floats back and forth. Some people I've seen, they put like a bobber stopper here or something just to kind of keep it there, because sometimes when you're casting out, this baby goes flying and the bait goes in a different direction and you get tons of feet in between. It just makes it a little difficult casting. So maybe put that there, or just make sure the weight here, I think, is a little bit more than your bait, so at least they stay together. So that's the top. Then of course the bait, and this is about, they say 2 to 3 feet of line. I think it depends on where you're fishing, right? And how far you want it floating around. Are the weeds out there? How tall are those? How far you want it behind? What are you dragging it through? But anyway, here's what I was using. This is that rattlesnake. And you see the hook in there. You push this up. You want the nose to be up here all the way to the nose of the hook. So you're kind of there. Keeps this thing kind of straight going down. Hook comes in through there. You can even be a little inventive here and like take the tip of the hook and shove it a little bit back into the worm there. Keeps it a lot more from catching on weeds and stuff. So that's that. That is an intro to a very basic Carolina rig. We talk about the Texas rig. Well, in general, you just don't have a leader in between, and this here sinker just ends up bouncing around at the top of the lure. So anyways, that's that, and go do some fishing. Hey, just to recap, so Carolina rig, you can see some of the key components here, the barrel swivel, the weight, we got the hook. One key thing on the weight, think it's important that you pick a weight so you can feel the bottom as you're dragging it along. You feel the contour of that bottom and what you're running into. Don't want anything too heavy, you don't want anything too light. But of course it depends how deep the water is, depends how rough the water is, depends on what you're pulling the stuff through. So you might want to play with that. For this time I went fishing, I was using a 1/4 ounce, although I usually hear recommendations of a half to a full ounce. Well, the lake I'm on, pretty clear, pretty devoid of obstacles, definitely calm and shallow, so that's why I'm going with that. So off we went. I went out early Thursday morning, nice beautiful 61 degrees, dark outside. Did I say dark? Yeah, very dark. Clear skies, no moon, no cover, pretty shallow. First thing I learned, big lesson learned here, well, video cameras don't work too well in the dark. So I didn't have lighting, so I'm not going to bother you with the videos of this, especially because it was the first time I've tried it. So here's some pictures. I got a couple of nice bass. You can see them there, a little one towards the end. Then I went out and the sun finally came up and didn't get a thing. Cast around for about 20-30 minutes. Had a couple of hits. Didn't land anything. So I'm just going to zip right through that. So that ends this first video. Big learning curve, but it's done. Thanks. Appreciate feedback.